welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an updated version of a video I did a long time ago. You'll know what it is from the title by now, but that is my bookshelf tour. So my bookshelves have changed dramatically since the last time that I did a bookshelf tour. My collection has clearly grown a lot and it's still continuing to grow. It's really warm and I'm just wearing black, and my mum calls these my grandma pants, but I love them. So on this first shelf, which isn't technically a shelf, it's just the top, but you can use it as a shelf. So on this I have a majority of my favourite series. So we have the Court of Thorns and Roses, or the Court, I don't really know what this is called, the Court series by Sarah J Maas, which has amazing covers. Look at all of these. But I actually haven't read these yet, which kind of sounds crazy because I have them on my favourite series shelf. But I kind of wanted to keep them with my other Sarah J Maas books, which obviously if you've been here for a while or you know me at all, these are my favourite book. This is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. So I like to keep them all here. I have all of the UK paperback editions, and then obviously behind you can just about see I have my Throne of Glass colouring book by Sarah J Maas, which is so cool. And again, I just keep that behind there so it's with the series. This little bit here is my Sarah J Maas shrine. And then next to the Throne of Glass series, I actually have two different trilogies. So I have the Divergent trilogy with the novella 4, and then I have the Fifth Wave trilogy. And then next to them, I actually have some more of my favourites, which are the Illuminate, Gemina, and Obsidio. These are called the Illuminate files. This is again a trilogy, and these covers are beautiful. If I had enough space, I would display them like this, but unfortunately, I just keep them tucked down the side. So yeah, this is my favourite series shelf and it just makes me happy. On the shelf just down, I have more of my series. So I guess this is just a series shelf where I kind of put, I think, the majority of my series and duologies and trilogies. And I don't know if you can see these, but I have these little cork fairy lights. They did have the Harry Potter potion bottles on, but I just popped them off and popped them in my drawer because they were too clunky and big to have around my room. And they just kept falling off everywhere, so I just kind of took the bottles off, and I have the fairy lights because I think it looks more warm and cozy. Some of the books I have on here, I have Carve and Mark by Veronica Roth, which is a hardback. I actually got sent this one. The majority of my hardbacks are sent to me, so yeah. I have the start of Ransom Riggs' Peculiar series, and then I have my Delirium trilogy. I have the Raven Cycle, Dorothy Must Die, The Wicked Must Die. I am missing the third book, but I haven't read those ones yet. I have the Wrath and the Dawn and the Rose and the Dagger, which I believe is a duology. And then moving up here, I have Cell 7 and Day 7, which I believe are kind of like Hunger Games. I have Now I Rise and I Darken by Kirsten White, which I got kindly sent by Penguin. And then I have the Mortal Instruments series with the cool spines which kind of join up to make a picture. And then just next to them I have my Twilight series, which is so loved. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but if you can see the pages bled and they're so mucky. And then I have the whole Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. Just underneath it I have the First Heroes of Olympus book, which has a really beautiful cover. I got this from a charity secondhand bookstore, but I just keep them there because Rick Riordan books again all together. So the fairy lights are kind of disturbing the view a little bit, but I don't know if you can see. I have a little Emma Swan pop Funko and a Killian Jones / Hook pop Funko, and these are my little pair. This is my OTP. They're from the Once Upon a Time TV show. If you haven't watched it, where have you been? I actually have a Once Upon a Time shrine on my windowsill, and I also have a little Once Upon a Time book, which is a pin. On the side here, I really love to decorate my bookshelf and make it unique and mine, so I have the Divergent faction stickers here, which is really cool, and it's just kind of ironic that it's next to Carve the Mark. And then on the other side I have this, which is a drawing that my godfather, who is an incredible artist, I will leave his Instagram down below, he drew this for me a very long time ago. It's the Totoro. It's the scene where they're waiting at the bus station and it starts to rain, and I just thought it was really cute, and his little leaf is his little umbrella. Okay, so on this shelf here I actually keep my contemporary books, which I didn't realise that I had so many contemporary books. It's not a genre I like to read that much, but saying that, I do have some favourite contemporary books. Let's just move these so we can show you some of the books. So I have a few books here that are by Cecilia Ahern. I have things like The Gloaming and Turtles All the Way Down, which I have not yet read. I need to, I know. I kind of started it but never really finished it, so I need to go back to that. And then have some books that a lot of you will recognise. These are Girl Online and Girl Online on Tour by good old Zoe Sugg. These are from the days where I was obsessed with that side of YouTube. This book held so much importance in my life at the time I read it. I read it when it came out, and then I actually got this one and I only read, I think, about 2 chapters of it. It kind of didn't connect with me. Then I have some other books, stuff like Spindle, Juniors, Vanilla, which is a really cool book. I got this sent to me, I think by, well, it says Push, but this is really cool. It has like a really cool under jacket, so cool, and it's an LGBTQ+ novel. I then have another LGBTQ+ novel. This is Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This is one of the ones that I got recommended. I then have Dodie's book, Secrets for the Mad, which is beautiful. It has like pictures and like song lyrics and doodles and diary entries. Then I have I'll Give You the Sun, and then my books start to change. Obviously these are like hardback books and books that are bigger. For instance, this one is kind of a big paperback, which really annoys me when paperbacks are different sizes. But I find when I stack my books this way, I am able to fit more on. So here I have things like Adam Silvera's books, which are so beautiful. I have History Is All You Left Me and They Both Die at the End. Let me just show you them. They have like that foil on them, which is so pretty. I don't know if you can see it or if it's catching in the light. I have When Dimple Met Rishi, which I bought when the hype was a thing, and I bought it intending to read it. I didn't read it. I have Midnight Sun, which I got given when I went to the screening. Will Grayson, Perks of Being Wallflower, Dash and Lee's Book of Dares, which I am so excited to read. This is set in New York, like my favourite place in the world, although I haven't been there yet. I've been waiting to read this. I have Self-Control because everyone told me I would enjoy it more if I read it near Christmas or in December. And have Fangirl, Everything, and another LGBTQ+ novel, which is Our Own Private Universe, again one that I got recommended. And on this stack here I have my 2 copies of Simon, like Love Simon, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and the movie cover Love Simon. I have The Miseducation of Cameron Post, Eleanor and Park, All the Bright Places, Paper Towns, Girl Missing. These 3 down here are actually ARCs, which were the first set of ARC copies I ever got. And then on the side of this shelf here I have a Pride book club. This is from Penguin Platform. I got this at Sitsi in 2017. I have a little sticker which was given to me by the same person as this tea. So this is Hamel Tea, which is by Fictional Flavours on Instagram. I'll leave the links down below. And then I have plant number 1, which I did name these plants a while ago, but I can't remember what their names were. It was like Gertrude or like Jeremy. So on the other side, it's very similar. I have, let's just budge this out of the way. I have another Pride Platform book card. What's this called? Like a little postcard. This is this year's one. I really love this one. And then I have plant number 2. I actually have a little Love is Love badge, which is so cute. I got this when I went to Manchester, and that just kind of goes there, which it kind of matches the aesthetic of the this whole shelf. And then behind that I have another Fictional Flavours tea. This one is so cool. This is Annabeth. I should put this with my Percy Jackson shelf, but this is Annabeth tea. It is strawberry lemon decaf vanilla, and it's so cool. Again, loose tea. So on this shelf here I have a mix between fantasy and I guess like crime, thriller, that type of thing. I don't have many thrillers or anything, but this is where I store them. I also have some poetry on here. Let's just go through it. So I have things like Caraval, Little Monsters, Winter Song, Frostblood, which has a really cool cover. I have Leigh Bardugo's Shadow of Bone, Shadow and Bone, not Shadow of Bone. So these books here, you might see I have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, which is just a really odd size, and you can see that I got about halfway through it and then I just stopped reading, but that just kind of sits there because I'm not really sure how else to put it. I have Spontaneous, which I guess is a contemporary. It didn't fit on my contemporary shelf though. It says Kabam on the side. This is so cool. And it's also one of my favourite books ever. It's so cool. It's about these teenagers that blow up. Which sounds really weird, but it's so funny and I really love it. And then underneath this I have more Cecilia Ahern books. I guess you could say that these books here are all kind of contemporaries, but they wouldn't fit on my shelf. So I then have One of Us is Lying, which is really cool, has red pages. These two books, One of Us is Lying and 13 Minutes, are both kind of the mystery type of thriller books, but YA. And then down here I have Showstopper and The Night Circus, which are both circus fantasy books, so I kind of put them together. Up here I have things like Furthermore by Tahara Mafi. I have Sanctuary's Fiend, which is a vampire book which I got sent by the author, which is really cool. It's a self-published book. I have The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, Nevermore, Out of the Blue, Rebel Sands. Here I have A Girl Called Owl. So this book is actually an arc, so it doesn't look like this. This came out in 2017. Basically about this girl whose dad is Jack Frost, and I really love this. Over this side it's a little bit messy, so I have things like Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi, which again has cool red pages. I have The Astonishing Colour of After by Emily X. Pan, Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings, The Hazel Wood. Now this is where it starts to get messy because I just randomly have some poetry books here. So I have Graffiti, which is by Savannah Brown. She signed this for me when I went to Sitsi. She's the nicest person, and also her poetry is amazing. I then have Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. It would probably make more sense if I just put them up there, because then they're not like separated just randomly. I have The Spellbook of the Lost and Found, Half-Lives, The 1000th Floor, Ready Player One, and The Diabolic. So here I actually have my London to Hogwarts ticket, which is so pretty. I got this from Warner Brother Tour, but actually I got it for my first trip to Hogwarts, you know, like my first ever trip when I was just going for the first time. So I keep this here for the memories, just to remind me of Hogwarts when I'm not there. And it's just really pretty. So on this side I actually have a photo booth of me and two of my best friends, Emily and Lauren. This is a long time ago. Look at my hair there. It was like no fringe, blonde, not ginger. So yeah, this was when we went to Liverpool and we went to the little Topshop photo booth, and it makes me happy. And then below that I actually have a little Caraval sticker, which is kind of cool because I've put it right next to the book Caraval. So right next to my bookshelf I have my bedside table, but underneath I actually keep a few of my books. So this is my currently reading. Hopefully when this goes up this isn't still my currently reading, but at this very moment I'm filming this is my current read, which is Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I have the Hamilton, or Alexander Hamilton, book that inspired Lynn to write the musical, and it's like the biggest book ever. It has like pictures of the real like Hamilton and Eliza and stuff. Obviously you can tell I love Hamilton. And then I have the Hamilton The Revolution book, which is absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. And then behind it you might just be able to see I have the Oh Wonder journal, because Oh Wonder is my favourite band ever. It's a really, really beautiful journal as well. And then I actually have my scrapbook. Okay, so I said I would show you where I put like the majority of my Harry Potter stuff. So here I have most of the books. So I have things like the Fantastic Beasts screenplay, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I have the first like 3 illustrated books, the ones that are currently out, and then I have my case of Beasts. I have my little bottle jar thing that has fairy lights in it, and it's so pretty. And then here I kind of have, this is kind of like my desk place. I do my makeup here and stuff. This is a drawing board. But here I have more of my Harry Potter books. So I obviously have the original series, I have all of the books. These are the new UK paperbacks, which are blooming loved, you can tell because the spines are all cracked. I have Tales of the Beedle the Bard, I have the new like pretty Gryffindor edition of the Philosopher's Stone. I have this little like pop-out book, which is so cool, look at this. Ready? J.K. Rowling's movie Magic, yeah, and this is about both Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. And then lastly, this is just where I keep all of my Harry Potter stuff, because I know a lot of people were very sad, thought I'd got rid of it all. No, I've kept most of it on display. I had to put some of it away in like drawers and stuff because there was just so much. But this shelf here is all dedicated to Harry Potter. Okay, so that was the end of this bookshelf tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it answered any questions about like where my Harry Potter stuff was. I really love at the moment how I have it set into like favourite series, contemporary, and then fantasy at the bottom. It's just, I really love it because I know when I'm in like the fantasy mood I rather go to like the bottom shelf, or if I'm in the mood for a series, I can like quickly go to the series shelf. I'm just really happy with how it currently is, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't really know what I'm going to do when I get more books, which obviously is going to be soon because all I do is buy books. Let me know down below if you own more hardcover books or paperbacks, because I find it really interesting. Obviously, as you could probably tell from my shelf, I do prefer paperbacks. Love you all so much. Keep that smile on your face, and I'll see you soon. Bye!